Okay, so I suppose one more, and then we'll probably go do something else. Maybe read a book. I don't know. I was kicking around this one or this one, and I don't know. I think this one's gonna be fairly easy though. So to end the evening off, we'll do the easy one, especially because I strapped some tires and did a weight reduction on mine. It's gonna give me an edge over the other one. I could do that. You know what I mean? Oh, Road Atlanta, Sunset Peninsula, Blue Mountain, Laguna Seca, Road to America, New York. Oh, crap. Never mind. Maybe it won't be good. Let's find out. I'm thinking with this one and that TVR Cup, we have access to level 35s. And I think that's going to be the last major hurdle because there's some really bad stuff at level 35. There's some really bad stuff. Trust me, there's some really bad stuff at level 35. We're gonna die. But for now, I think I'm good. That's right. Oh crap, really this far back? Even though this is the top car. Really? Okay, watch me blow to the front. This is the best car by a lot, by the way, so we shouldn't have an issue here, I don't think. But you know what that means? We could have an issue. I don't foresee one, though. There should be a cakewalk part. Plus, we're in a very beautiful Ferrari. It's lovely, in fact. Exquisite. Oh, no, don't do that. If I could reach for some of those level 35 ones, I'd do it now, but I can't. So we have to reach for this. And I'm kind of saddened by that. This is a really cool Ferrari. I like it a lot. Look at it. Look at it. Oh my god. It looks fast parked. It's art. It's art. The brake lights are just huge and stupid, and I love them. Everything about this car is stupid, and I like it. I like it a lot. Maybe that's why having a job is better than college too, because in college you're sitting around thinking, oh, I got this due and this to do and this to do. And if you're at work, it's just like, oh, can you file this? Yeah, I'll do that. But if you're at home, God forbid, they just call you at your house. What savages? Haven't they heard of that you're not your job? And if I'm nowhere near the building, don't bug me. Rule number 1 of having a job. Okay, maybe I should have done the TVR Cup first. Yeah. Whatever, we're already doing this one. I was thinking it was going to be easy, but not this easy. Let's enjoy it when we can. And keep in mind, this Ferrari is a good candidate for other cups. Though, it's like an S3, so it will need upgrades if it's doing like a class competition. Oops. Oh no, I've hurt my Ferrari. No. Yeah, that's an executable crime in Italy. Like, if they witness you crash your Ferrari, they pull you out of the car and just beat the whole living hell out of you until you die. I've seen it happen before. Is it like flopping forward? Oh my god, look at that. It is. That's pretty distracting. Don't look at it. And then I'm looking at it. But don't do this. Now it looks like buffer. Okay, if this is relatively quick, let's say sub an hour, it's slowing down again. Ooh. If it's like an hour or sub an hour, I'll do the other one tonight. But if it isn't, I'm done. Look at that, it looks weird when it's up like that. I didn't want to have to do this cup right now. I want the easy stuff to come later. Another rule of life. Do the hardest task first. I'm filled with all the good life sayings during this session. Like, for instance, rule number 5. Don't touch that. You don't know where it's been. And rule number 17, no means no. Okay, we should have done this one second. I was considering it. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Not at this rate. I just gotta do these two and figure out. I gotta really figure out the level 35 situation. That's a whole mess over there. At least this is the last of the level 30s. That is, I think. No, wait, I lied. No, there's endurance races that are level 30. So it isn't. I'm glad we're getting a cakewalk cup though. All I did was put slightly better tires on and give it a weight reduction. It's only like 200 pounds. Or 300 pounds or something like that. That's all I did to it. They shouldn't be this far back. Whoops, that was weird. Maybe at this rate we will be able to do the other one, huh? But that sets me up for pain. I was gonna say failure, but no, pain. For the next session though, because level 35 stuff. At least I could just chill out with you. Car behind, 25.6 seconds. Ooh, boy. I really didn't upgrade the car that much. I assure you. Just tires. Which really didn't boost it that much. It didn't. And a weight reduction, which is, again, was a slight upgrade. I just wanted a slight edge. We're really not that much better. Man, inconsistent difficulties. Thy name is racing game. And I'm not even driving that well either. Yeah. Okay, this is probably the worst I've killed on the entire game. Is this like an apology for all those other cups? If that's the case, I would like this more during those shitty cups coming up. I'm looking forward to all the race car cups though. Oh yeah. It's still gonna take a while though, I think. 8 minutes so far. Ooh, don't look behind you on that hill. That is no good. Pulls in on 10 minutes on the part already. This is such a good car. I mean, it's so stupid. It's just like a big box, but I love it so much. Okay, quit lagging. Quit lagging. Yeah, this is obliteration. This is pure obliteration. Devastation. No breathing. And the brakes are really good. Well, for the most part. I should have applied them better, but so far I'm not hating the brakes. Okay, 9 minutes, but this one's only 6. Only 6. It might be sub an hour. We'll find out. Okay, 28,456, which is cool. Oh good, the car rarity bonus almost covers that gap. It's gonna help get up to level 35 there. Let's see, is this too hot? I don't know how I can determine that by smell. Yeah, we're gonna let that sit. I think I could skip this with A, but I kind of like it going up. You know? There we go. Okay, where next? Save my profile. Get going for the speedway. Okay, this one actually should be shorter. Okay, I like racing games, but not when they're pissing me off. You know how it works. 1, 2, 3. But BDR, look out for that surprise 4th corner. That's right. The 4th corner is the straightaway. It's a corner so minute you have trouble detecting it. I just hurt my hand here. Hold on. That seems fine. Okay, here we go. Ready? By the way, that other cup I used the Porsche in, that Ford GT is what I was using. So I'm thinking the computer cars just use whatever the base color is for the car instead of like choosing a color. Like for instance, that red Ford GT is the one we won. And like that dark blue GT2. And it turns out it's available in all kinds of colors. Okay, this cup's gonna be under an hour, I think. That's good. I hope the TVR cup goes as well, because if not, I made the wrong choice. Okay, this car is really good on an oval. It had no trouble dropping down onto the apron, or curtain, or however you say it there. No problems whatsoever. It's such a good looking car. I love it. It's so stupid. I love it. It's so box-like. Who drew this? Who drew this car? Well, I'm Italian, so one of my cousins probably. Good job, my cousin. I gotta find out what my Cherokee brethren have done. Probably a lot of cool stuff too. That's right. Cherokees are now brethren. I guess we are. I don't know. They're all in South Carolina and North Carolina. I'm nowhere near that. Quite a distance away, in fact. We moved too far. The ancestor I had moved to Chicago for some reason. And then angered his son, and his son went elsewhere. Is what I've heard. I don't know, that's before my time, obviously. These are ancestors, and after all. So the real question is, if this game disconnects, would it be like Gran Turismo where the car just keeps sailing forward and the controller's off? Or would it actually pause the game like a nice game, huh? Okay, I'm liking this cup. This cup's getting some good points from me, mainly because we're winning. Yeah. Hey, is one of the endurance races on the oval? 'Cause that'd be great. Are you having another nightmare, man? Hey, psst. Psst, 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 psst. Okay, good. I guess I don't know what he's dreaming about tonight. Oops. No more sweets before bed. Oh, he doesn't get any sweets. He's a dog. That's the second time in just a couple hours he's had a nightmare. In fact, I was able to wake him up faster this time. You just take your hand, kind of rub him on the shoulders, say, hey, come on, wake up. Kind of like you do with a person. Okay, it sort of broke loose there, but look, almost 5 laps in 4 minutes. Wow. Yeah, we chose wrong. I should have done this 1 second. What was I thinking? And it's only 6 races too, so watch. We'll get to the end, I'll be like, where's race 7? Where is it? I don't know where it is. Look how fuel hungry it is. 4.5 minutes, more than a quarter tank burned. Sounds about right. Yeah, 20-second victory. Okay. 28,456, just like it was last time. Congratulations, you won some cash. Find me later to do some tricks for more. How's it go? I don't think we're going to be playing that on the show. My controller's not good enough to play Tony Hawk. Maybe I will. I don't know. Wait, will we hit 35 by the end of this part? Doesn't matter. I'm going to be doing that other TVR Cup first. I already said I would, so. Or should I? We'll see how it goes. Play it by ear. Blue Mountain Bleep. I'm in a mood tonight. This tea is still too hot. I wish I had a sense of smell. Well, you know, a full sense of smell. It works at like 10%. So I could, if I focus really hard and take a deep breath in, I could sort of smell it. But it's so weak. Damn it. Alright, you ready? Blue Mountain Bleep Way. With my pop-up headlights. Yeah. And my low-res F40 on the side. Yeah. And I'm not the only Ferrari out here. Yeah. I'm going to assume this is the same butt munch we've been dealing with the entire game. Bye. Bye-bye. Too bad this isn't a championship. That would really hurt his standings. Because he's in last. Yeah. And my car's not hurt. Lovely. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Okay, well, it's hurt now. Yeah, a little bit. What's love got to do? Got to do with it? Nothing, because that was hate. I ran him off the road. Okay, that corner right there is very difficult. It's deceiving. I think I actually like this track the opposite way. This way is kind of bad. Okay, I don't think we're going to win this one by that much, but we'll find out. In fact, I hope that our meter is under 35 at the end of this. And I'll feel real well about doing that other TBR Cup. And then I gotta come up with a plan. It's still weird playing this with no volume, you know that? I'll have to watch it later just to hear what's happening. And by later, I mean in 4 months when I'm actually fiddling around with it to upload it. Until then, it's just gonna sit on the hard drive. No, actually, I lied. This is gonna go up before then. Okay, but it's still gonna be a couple weeks. Oh, fuck you. Oh, never mind. Oh boy, you see that mess I'm causing? Okay, this place is treacherous. I should know that. This is the reason I didn't beat it in the first place. This place. I could never win here. I always got last. I'm glad to see my skills have improved. Well, you know, by improved, I mean not that much. Like, what's that? What am I doing right there? Okay, this car hates this track. So do I. I concur. By the way, say that. Don't say I agree. Say I concur. That means I agree, but it's like way more powerful. It's like way better. And don't say I don't agree. Say I object. That's also like the same, but like on the opposite field. I'm teaching you so much. You're my Padawan. No. No. But you can be if you want. But you don't got to. The Force is with me. That's what helps me drive my Ferrari. You think I'm touching the steering wheel? No, I'm using the Force on the pedals and on the steering wheel. Wait, I'm not even driving the car. I'm using the Force just to make the car fly along the ground. That's how I'm doing it. By the way, there's a lot of Star Wars games coming up. Hope you like Star Wars, because I do. I've been watching The Mandalorian. It's good stuff. But we already discussed that on this. This is the way. Or is it that is the way? Of course, this is the way could work too, right? I don't think I've actually wrecked there before. That's interesting. Add it to the list. This car is so stupid. I love it so much. Kind of reminds me of that comp coupe. It has a lot of the same things going on. Big square butt, big wing, red. It's like those Americans thought, hey, let's just copy that Ferrari. Good idea, Jensen. This might be the easiest time I've ever had here. And I assure you this car is not that much better. We'll have to figure out how to use it more, because it's good. I gotta add more power to it, but that would ruin it. In fact, I was thinking about doing that to it before we started. Glad I didn't. Oops. That's not good. Okay, that's better. I don't know what happened there. I'm glad I was facing the right way after we're done, though. This corner is always kind of deceiving, too. I'm trying to figure out how to do a Sims 4 playthrough too, but at the same time, I don't know how I would go about doing that. There's not really a campaign. How would I do it? Up, front's broken again. Is this the third race? Yeah, it is. And we're at 25 minutes. Okay. Should I do my uploads? You're gonna get some B movie, some Bolt. No, yeah, Bolt. Yeah, you're gonna get the trifecta, B movie, Bolt, Tintin, and then more of this. Yeah, that's what's up on today's schedule. I hope everybody's watching it. Hope you're enjoying it. I'm playing it anyway. I might as well record it. That's my mentality. I mean, I could play these by myself, but then we don't have an archive record of it. Like, how much footage of this game is there online? Not all that much, right? I know Rhino GT did it. Just offhand. But I can't tell you another person who played it. You know? This corner is more treacherous than you think it is somehow. It always is. This race is going to be a long one. But it's okay because we have a much superior vehicle. Even though it's the same as that other guy's F40. Really, it didn't bump my stats by that much. It showed a little bit of green, but the numbers were exactly the same still. I don't know. It's just that much of an edge. And not the musician, and not the wrestler. Jeff Hardy grabbed the Twisty Rockets. If you want to see that game, if you know what I'm talking about. Although I don't know how to record the GameCube, so that's probably not going to happen. Yeah. If anybody knows how to record the GameCube, tell me, because I want to do Lego Star Wars 1. But until that day, I hope this is loud enough. All these, especially the Xbox games, the audio is always just weird on them. Fuck you. Get going, get going, get going, get going, get going, get going. Go. Go, go, faster. You can accelerate faster than this. I know you can. Don't blow it at the end, man. Seriously. Oh, good. We didn't touch the wall that time. And again, we burnt a whole quarter tank. So if I burn this much gas, why can't I just say, start the race with a third of a tank? Because then we're lighter, more agile, carrying around less weight. So weird playing this with no sound. I really gotta figure out my sound, everything. Yeah, this one's a lot slower, I know. And my gap is not so impressive now. Okay, there's another Blue Mountain Raceway. Ridgeway. What's it called? Ridge or Race? Okay, this isn't a championship, so we don't need to see the standings. half an hour. Is this tea cool? Yeah, it's still hot. Ooh. Nah, pretty much perfect. That's good. Okay, closing in on 2.7. We might be able to make it. I think so. I'm still doing the other one though. Since I said I would. Look at that, half an hour. Yeah, we're still going. Good. It's gonna be about an hour. Oh, great. Laguna Seca again. No, bad. Blah. I'm just trying to drink all this tea when it's still hot. Oh, it's so good. Okay, it's in. Hey, check it out. Pinos Esperante. Right there. Nice. I like those a lot. I collided with him. It's fine. Oh, that's not good. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Yeah, sort of tasted like dinner. Which was 8 hours ago. I don't know. I keep burping like that. But there's no way it can still taste like that long afterward. It should have moved on to the intestine by then. This race 4. I gotta come up with a plan for tomorrow. Do the math assignment. Maybe do the sociology quiz. I got a window for that, so I can do it when I want. As long as it's turned in at the right time. What else? There's one on Saturday for sociology, quiz for Sunday. There's nothing for psychology until the 31st because he's out of town for some idiotic reason. Some kind of a convention, but I think he's just probably staying in his house, not doing anything this week, is my guess. He doesn't seem to be a very convention kind of guy. He said it's in Washington, D.C. Now, is he really in Washington, D.C. right now? Well, I'm not going to look into it. We can only speculate. It's a good car, everybody. I love it. Okay, so if there's 75 cups, and I did 5 cups today, or I'm going to do 5 cups today, that's pretty good progress. Hopefully I can do 5 cups again tomorrow, but those are 35s, so they're probably going to be longer, and I probably can't. Now I could reach for all those little 20 ones, but nope. Nope. I don't even know how those endurance events are going to go. Maybe I should reach for them sooner. They will give me race cars, so... And we kind of don't have any race cars currently. Except this. So no, I'm lying. This technically is kind of like a race car, but it's still factory production. Even though it's literally a race car. Oh my god, what was that? Did you see that? That was cool. I think we've just confirmed there's no rollover. I think we just hit some kind of invisible box in the sky. I know 2 doesn't have a rollover. It'll slam into some invisible box too, so. But in 3, you're gonna roll the car, son. It's so weird playing this without audio. I keep saying that, but I mean, this is the kind of game where you don't need the audio. Are they saying important dialogue? No, not really. I'm just driving. Okay, there's half. Okay, it's a 4-second lead. They're keeping up much better this time at this place. I was having like a 30-second lead, at least a 9-second lead. Okay, don't pop me in the air this time. And it didn't. That's good. Is there something wrong with that bird? That's a legit bird outside. And it's 3:03 a.m. Is there something wrong? Why is it chirping? Shouldn't it be sleeping? Shouldn't I be sleeping? Shouldn't you be sleeping? I'm actually kind of concerned. That bird was chirping like 2 hours ago too. That doesn't even make any sense. Why would you chirp in the middle of the night? I need to Google search that. Do birds chirp in the middle of the night? I know it's a bird, but I feel bad for it. It should just be asleep somewhere safe. I mean, we got owls here, so. If it hides in the shrubs, though, it should be fine. You know, the bushes, shrubs, even the trees around the area. I mean, the neighbor has a row of hedges. You could just like hide out there. My yard's nothing to see. It's just pretty much burnt up and bad looking. Don't look at it. Okay, 2 wheels. Do I get some kudos? I don't? Damn. Then we have an 8.5-second lead. So what do you think? Will we crest 35 this cup? Doesn't much matter. I will do the other one, I swear. Hopefully it's not like the car I was thinking about from 2, but it's probably the same cup because 1 and 2 are structured very much the same. This car is really nice to drive. I'm gonna have to figure out where else I could use it. 40 minutes almost. Car behind, 10.4 seconds. What's going on here? Funny thing is, I've not actually watched any of the parts I've uploaded of this so far. I just kind of posted them. Yeah. Well, you know, besides the preliminary, you know, look it over kind of shit. I haven't like scanned through it. That's what I meant. like how my penalty is an even 5 seconds. That's right, 5 minutes. Yeah. I don't think the car even got hurt that time. I think the car's fine. Wow. Well, there's 4. Right at 40, 45. Yeah, it might. It definitely will, I think. Yeah, it will. We'll crest. But like I said, it'll crest, but I'll digress. No. .35 opens up a whole batch of scary things. I don't know if we're prepared. We might be. Road America. Yeah, I should have done the other one first. It would have made... Although I don't think the other one would have reached. I think the only thing making us reach this time, though, is the rarity bonus we're getting off this car. You know, the rarity bonus. Come on, don't see me without qualifying. You know I'm going to win. But you're going to put me in 6th or something, aren't you? 5th, right. Hey, look at that Esperante, everybody. Ooh, look at that. Nice. What was that with delay with the throttle? That was weird. Hey, Ferrari. I'm a shark. Okay, this car is really well balanced. Quick. Doesn't have a problem stopping. It listens to the steering input quite well. This car is a nice car. What do I expect? It's a Ferrari. That's what I expect. 3. But this place is longer. I think it takes 3 minutes to get around here. The brakes are so good on this car. That Comp Coupe's brakes are shit. I swear. That Comp Coupe, the brakes on it were just terrible. I couldn't believe it. And this, it actually stops when you tell it to stop. Whoa. Too bad we can't train the Drivatar with this vehicle, because we would have got perfects on everything, I think. We have to figure out where to use this F40 elsewhere. It's so good. Don't worry, I'll use the F40 in other Forzas. I don't even care about driving off. We're safe. Okay, what is it? 311. Okay. Wait, maybe I shouldn't do the next cup. Maybe I should get to bed. What should we do? What seems smart? How many hours have I been up? That's what we should calculate. It was about 1 in the afternoon when I got up. Okay, so that's about 14 hours. I think I could probably go to bed. 14 hours. Is that enough? I think it's supposed to be about 16, but if I'm up 16, that puts it at 5, and that's going to be daylight. Yeah. Okay. I should fall asleep when it's dark. It's easier to stay asleep that way. What a nice cup to end off our session on, though. Lovely. Actually, I think after this is done, we're going to buy that car so I remember what I was planning on doing. Or should we even? Maybe it'd be smarter just to tackle something level 35 next time around. Maybe. We'll do it eventually. It's a solid gold run. We gotta do everything. If we were kicking around doing a 35 next time, what would it be? There's a lot of bad options. Whatever's shittiest just goes first, though. The brakes are so good. I apply them when I think I want to apply them, or need to apply them. And I don't know what that whistle was that came out of my nose when I was talking there. If you heard it. Not sure what that even was. I've never done that before. Anyway, yeah, so I apply the brakes when I think I have to, and it's exactly where I need to. Yeah, I'm looking at you again. I should be looking at the bro, not you. Why do I look at you? I think it's like instinctual. I'm going to talk to you, so I turn to face you, which is the microphone. Then I'm not looking at the TV, and I crash. What do you think? That's a good theory, right? Okay, LA 13.205. Yeah. I should have done the TVR one first. I didn't think this would go so smoothly. It went a little too smoothly. We're not done yet, though. Where's after this? So I mean, the brakes are so good. This car is so good. I like this car. Handles well. That's why you buy a Ferrari. That's too much juice. That's on me. Another quarter tank burned. You can't drive a whole race with this thing without burning a quarter tank. In 6 minutes, too. What a pig. It eats that fuel. Black Stallion? Nah. Porky Piggy. It's wrecking the virtual environment. Car behind, 20.211. Great. Yeah, this is a stellar car. You play into this game, get it. Drive it. Love it. There's a car driving by my house. 3:15. They should at least be in their house, okay? Or maybe they come back from, like, swing shift or something. I used to do that. Till it was killing me, so I stopped. Oh, I actually stopped when they started thinking it was a good idea to keep giving me 14-hour shifts. Constantly. Now, let's do the quick math. A 14-hour shift, and I need to sleep at least 8, and I live about an hour away. Yeah, that doesn't work, does it? Nope. Especially because there's the lunch break to factor in there, so bam, it doesn't work. Okay, we got one more, right? 50 minutes. Yeah, New York. Oh no. Let's see how it works. 3:17 a.m. Okay, we got bad memories of this place. Oh, mama. I gotta get through all these games. This one's I need, though. I got too many. I don't gotta buy a game. I don't really gotta buy any video games for years, probably. I got so many. Mainly the 360 era, which is kind of funny. Went a little crazy. You know, when GameStop has games for like $2, you just leave them there. You don't leave them there. You buy them. Even if you have no idea what it is. You just say, mine. Yeah, it drops frames if you look behind you. Don't do that. Oh my god, this car is a dream. If we boosted the top tier S, we could use it in the more S events. Why do I gotta do 4 laps here? That seems excessive. It handles so well. It's probably because they did a tire upgrade though, don't you think? Maybe. Tires are like a necessity. Always, 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 always. Go for the tire upgrade. Always. Maybe this car is a piece of crap without a tire upgrade. I don't know. I don't really like this track. We've suffered too much trauma here. Lots of trauma. Yeah, I don't really like this place. It's a good thing we never have to do the long version ever again. Past this. Powerade. Drink it, I guess. It's really funny. There's so many dead businesses on the strip. It's funny. Hey, for this game, did I turn down the car audio? I want to look. No, weird. Okay, I guess that's good. You can have your friend's voice come through your TV speakers, so your whole family's irritated that your friend is screaming profanity and expletive content. Little Billy, yeah, I just heard what you said. You're not invited to our house anymore, mister. If our little Terry wants to visit you, he needs to go to your house. I like how often I just go on like random side tasks. The microphone was, I don't know where the microphone should be. It's late at night, I'm not talking loud. Maybe that's too close. I'm just trying to get it right because, you know, I don't want the subtitles messing up. You know how it works. Plus, I don't want to actually hit the microphone because I've done that. I've hit it. Maybe it's too far away now. It's probably fine. More red marks. I can't leave anything but red marks. There's been no blue marks. No black marks. No yellow marks. We're not gonna even go there. Because this is gonna take an hour. Should we do the other one? No, probably not. It's 3:21. Oh, I'm saddened. My car is injured. And nobody look at it. It is sad. I still hear bird noises out there. What are they doing? Sleep, little birdies. Don't wake up. Or be awake. Maybe they were asleep. I'm not keeping them up. At least I like when the cups are like this because it's just casual. I'm not stressed. I'm not holding the controller too tight. Not breaking the controller. Not being angry. You don't want to hear me angry. Yet you have. You don't want to though, I assure you. I don't want to hear me angry. I don't want to hear you angry. Everybody should be happy. Because if you're angry, that causes all kinds of physical damage to you and you'll die sooner, so let's try not to do that. Yeah, being angry too often will put you in the ground a lot sooner than just dying normally. And of course you'll die of something crazy like a stroke or a heart attack. Or pulmonary embolism. At least this time around it's going a lot easier. This game kind of feels apocalyptic too. The people on the sides don't look like people. The twisted monsters that remain after the world collapses. There's one over there and he waves hi. No, that's not too hurt. I can't really focus on some of those billboards. I'm trying to read them, but that hurts my eyes. I'm not gonna do it. Okay, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna really pick through the 35s. Take some notes. Whatever is the worst ones, they go first. And oh God, I hope they go well. We're still on course for 100%. And that includes the arcade mode. Don't worry about that. I'll do it. That's part of the solid gold. Does the front brake work and the back one doesn't? Whoa. Now I'm gonna have to figure out how to get all this extra Forza into the schedule, even though I have it fully scheduled out. Surprise, there's gonna be 6 videos sometimes. That's probably how we're gonna do it. I don't think anybody's gonna mind, right? More content. What's to complain about? More content for everybody. I'm president. Let me just crash the car some more. It looks sad. Yeah, it's 3:27. I shouldn't do another one. But let's spend a minute after this to really identify where we should go. In fact, I probably shouldn't have done this one, to be quite honest with you. Oh, okay, so we got 3 boxes remaining. It's like 5 boxes total. Let's try to identify the worst ones. Okay, we're past an hour now. And yes, it's burned more than a quarter tank, just like it always does. Now these are taking up big, meaty chunks. This is well over 2 gigs. I know it. And it just dropped frames there. That was the game. Okay. Okay, so 28,456 again. It's gonna cross 35. It's gonna open up a whole world of pain. There it is. Owie, owie, owie. Okay. I definitely needed some games. That was a good session. Now, how to get to level 40? That's obviously the next route. Okay, so we got 98 AB Flug S900 Supra Turbo Supercar. Okay. Oh, do we just get a Pagani Zonda last cup? And now we get a normal one? Thank you. Thank you. I guess this is one of those double. Yeah, here's your AB Flug. If I recall correctly, don't drive that. I think I remember using it on Forza 2, and it's undrivable. Now, why would you do that to a Supra? I think you just, decreased the value. Well, why was that so hard to find? Decreased? Why? Okay. Okay, let's take a look around. Okay. Extreme power open. Okay. Maybe we strap a little more horsepower into it and the Ferrari supercar. S2. Oh. But we're an S3. Can we make it up to an S2? Would that ruin the car? Is an Enzo a lot better? I think the Enzo is our main problem. How much is an Enzo? Okay, this is the one I said we might do. But now that the door is open for 35, I don't know. These both seem open enough. I think I could do them no problems. With restrictions. Let's go over here. There's just 6 more in that other box we were just in. Okay, so S-Class. Oh my. That's going to be on the list. Cerberus and 412 again. Now, was I doing that with the assist off? No. Crap. What was I using for that? Was I using the comp coupe? Ooh boy. We might have to switch back to the comp coupe. It requires a race car. I don't have any race cars. Can't do that. This is going to probably top the list so far. Our endurance races. Let's see if there's any problems in here. 35. Okay, so A is not a problem. That one might be a problem. I'll see this earlier. We need to use our Cobra. So it's going to be a one-on. Wait. No, wait. We can't use the Cobra ball sacks. We're going to need one of those other cars. And we can't use the 330 P4 because we get it from this box. Okay, how do you get the... I think I remember this. There was a race in this box that gave us the GT40 over not this box. Okay, we're going to have to find what cup gives us that and maybe do it first, then come back. Now this one we've confirmed I should be able to do. Because remember I was driving it earlier. So we should be able to do that. I don't think that's going to be a problem. Yeah, that's a problem. I need the GT40 for that, for sure. And that's an endurance race. Okay. Okay, so all but 4 of these are open now. I won't be touching these because they're easier. I could do that one. Okay, I think our plan. Wait. Okay, I don't know. This one maybe. So do this one. Wait, hold on. Which is the one that gives us that car? There. That one. We gotta do that one. Maybe it is time. Maybe it is time to do all the lesser ones. So do this one. Yeah, do this one with the comp coupe probably. Back to the comp coupe. I don't really want to use it, but we could. Well, it's fine. We'll use the comp coupe. Hopefully I remember. Hopefully. Okay, so we hit that one. Come back here. Hit the one we were supposed to do. That one. And then figure out how to do these two. I think that's our game plan. Now, I don't think those four are going to give us level 30-40. That's right, 30-40. That's a new level. I don't think it's going to... So, if we're short after those four, this is preliminary. It might not. It's subject to change. But if that all works... Well, actually, what I should do is... Oh, man, where was that one? Okay, I don't really know. We're going to need the GT40. I might end up doing that. No, actually... Okay, we'll just think about this later, okay? This one's a good candidate. Plus it gives us a race car. Okay, so let's go back where I was. Oh, well, hell. Should we do that? Should we just clear the professional box first, do you think? Because 3 more, then there's just 3 remaining. Maybe I should prioritize that. SS. A. Just one A. 6S. All S. That gives us a F50 though. But it isn't the best car. Okay, I don't really know. When we unlock a bunch of stuff, it's kind of hard to start formulating a plan. Okay, I think... I really don't know. I kind of want to get this out of the way. This one. Because it seems like a real pain. Because those cars were a real pain in the second game. But that's also an endurance race. I don't want to do those just yet. Okay, we'll figure it out. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoy the next one. And let me put myself where I was. So, wait, that's not where I was I? Yes, I was. It was this, right? Is that what we just did? Okay, which one did we just do? Wait, this one, right? Okay, I'm really confused. Is this the one we just did? I'm tired. This proves I gotta go to bed. Yes, that's the one we just did. Alright, okay. So I'll see you next time. I gotta go sleep. I need it. So if you're going to bed, good night. Sweet dreams. Yeah, that's just about it. I'll see you later, okay? Bye-bye.